Hey, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I am Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Okay, so today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC Ultimate Fighter Season 20 finale. A champion will be crowned, which the main event was for the women's UFC strawweight title at 115 pounds. And it was between Carla Esparza and Rose Namajunas. And yeah, it was an explosive, exciting fight. It was everything I was hoping for. And so, yeah, let's get started with this fight and let's go down the main card, shall we? Okay, so this fight was for the Women's Strawweight Championship of the World in the UFC. And the title is vacant. We're crowning a new champion. Oh, man. Yeah, new and, well, first ever champion in strawweight history, in women's strawweight history. And yeah, both came in on weight, both showed up to fight. Rose landed some good strikes in the first couple rounds, and she was able to find her reach real good. Carla, though, she had a very significant reach disadvantage and height advantage, disadvantage too, being shorter and not as lengthy as Rose, but she was able to land some good clean shots too. And yeah, the longer the fight went on, the more Carla was able to transition to a wrestling and go for those takedowns. Yeah, she won the fight. It was round 3 submission rear naked choke. Great, exciting, explosive fight. And I love how Carla thanked Shane Del Rosario, dedicated to Shane Del Rosario after the match. As some of you know, I have met Shane before he unfortunately passed away, and he's a great guy. God bless his family. And yeah, Carla trains with him and trains with Ian McCall, and which Ian was his roommate. Yeah, so, oh man, good job, Carla. I had her winning from the get-go because she was Invicta champion in the strawweights. So, and she never lost the belt. She basically just vacated it to be in the UFC. So it was a great job. Yeah, great fight on Carla, and Rose put in a worthy effort. I think we'll see a lot more of her for sure, and she'll get back on track. Big fan of both. Yeah, then in the co-main event, we had a catchweight bout. It was originally supposed to be a featherweight bout with Jeremy Stephens and Charles Oliveira, but Charles Oliveira didn't make weight. And Jeremy Stephens, he landed some good clean shots early on in the first round. Now, pretty much after that, it was Charles Oliveira getting him on the ground, and just he kept transitioning for that arm bar over and over and over again. And Jeremy, his submission defense held up really, really well. I don't know who would not have tapped from that. I mean, the fact that he was able to hang in there, it was astonishing. I think Jeremy will learn from this fight for sure, and his jiu-jitsu skills will only get better. He's definitely a veteran in the UFC with 20 fights. Hopefully we see more of him. Yeah, and Charles Oliveira, he won by unanimous decision, and pretty much it was Charles Oliveira in each round, taking it to the ground and going for submissions. But on the stand-up, Charles landed some good shots. So did Jeremy. Ground and pound strikes for Charles Oliveira were pretty good numbers, so that's definitely what sealed the deal for him and getting him the unanimous decision victory. So that was a great fight. Then also on the main card in the lightweight division, we had KJ Noons versus Darren Cruikshank. Yeah, this fight was just a stand-up clinic, all of first round, all of up until the stoppage in the second round, which it was only 25 or so seconds in the second round. Yeah, there was an eye poke in the first round, and then another eye poke in the second round. And yeah, Darren Cruikshank, he had to stop fighting, and so this fight became a no contest. Yeah, you know, KJ was trying to keep him at bay, and he had his fingers out, and unfortunately, Darren got his eyes poked. And man, yeah, I hope there's a rematch with this. I think it could be fight of the night if there's a rematch, and it was pretty close on who was winning the fight. It could have gone either way had it kept going. So I say definitely have a rematch, assuming Darren's able to come back in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, that ended in no contest, as Darren wasn't able to continue. And then also on the main card we had another lightweight bout with Yancy Medeiros and Joe Proctor. Now this one I was shocked because Joe Proctor, he has killer submission skills, training in Boston with Joe Lauzon. And Yancy Medeiros, he's tough too, but you know, I would have been like, oh yeah, Joe Proctor should be able to pull this one off, right, by submission. Wow, Yancy Medeiros, don't underestimate his submission skills. He's definitely looked good in the past in the ground game, and he won submission guillotine choke. It was round one, and it was towards the end of round one. And yeah, he pretty much rocked and dropped Joe Proctor. Yancy did, and wow, I was really impressed by Yancy's performance. And yeah, he even got a performance of the night bonus for this one. I think that was, yeah, there was a lot of great fights and finishes on this card, and that would definitely be up there. It was hard to say who would win, but on the performance of the night bonuses. But yeah, Yancy Medeiros, he got one. So yeah, that was a first rounder victory for Yancy Medeiros, submission guillotine choke. Then to kick off the main card, we had a women's strawweight bout with Jessica Penne and Randa Marcos. Yeah, this was just wow, this was a war, and it went split decision for Jessica Penne. And I think she won the fight. The judges got this one right. Yeah, Jessica, she landed the cleaner strikes. She controlled the octagon more, and she just, you know, she found her range, and she used that reach of hers. She used that reach advantage of hers and the height advantage pretty well, and she was able to stuff some of the wrestling of Randa Marcos. So good job, Jessica Penne. And I said at the beginning of the season that if Carla doesn't win it, Jessica would win it. And Jessica, well, she made it to the semifinals, and she made it onto the finale, and she won this fight. So she's pretty much up there in the rankings for sure, and we could see her fight Carla again. So that'll be a good rematch as they fought in the house during the season. So that wraps up the post-fight show for the Ultimate Fighter 20 finale. And stay tuned for my next episode, which will be about Junior Dos Santos and Stipe Miocic, UFC on Fox. Until then, see ya.